Hello, it's only me, Claire Baker, former Clutterholic, founder of clutterclearing.net, bringing you my weekly vlog about my own clutter clearing journey that I'm on at the moment, which is my weight loss clutter clearing journey. So, it's Tuesday, it's been a bank holiday weekend. Weigh-in I did a couple of hours ago, and this week I've stayed the same, which I'm a bit disappointed with, if I'm honest, but at the same time not really that surprised, because it's been a busy bank holiday weekend. I actually took off Friday from work to go to the Chelsea Flower Show, something I'd always wanted to go to, which takes place in London, and the weather was glorious. I must admit, I was a little disappointed. It was very, very commercialised, lots of stalls selling stuff, and there were only 8 show gardens. And apparently in the last year there were 32. And I went along to be inspired with the show gardens as opposed to buying loads of stuff. So I couldn't buy plants. I didn't realise that. Last year I went to Hampton Court Palace Flower Show. And you could buy plants, because I really wanted to have a plant in the garden to say, oh, that plant's from Chelsea. But glad I went. Good day out. Took the mother-in-law. Like I say, glorious weather. Although it did mean, as a result of the bank holiday weekend and going to Chelsea, it did mean that I had 4 of my 5 triggers that I've identified as causing me to eat carbs and sugars. And I kind of realised these a couple of weeks ago, these triggers, as it were. And just like when we're on our physical clutter clearing journey in our home, it's interesting, I think, that it's taken me just over a year to learn and realise what my triggers are. And that highlights the importance of having the patience to be on a journey, whatever clutter you are clearing, whether it's physical clutter or whether it's physical clutter in your home, of your stuff. It takes time to learn, it takes time to realise what your triggers are, what you need to do. Yes, I've got my 5 success factors, which I'm going to go through obviously, but my own personal triggers are very specific to me, and it's the same with people with their physical clutter in their home. My clients, when I work with them one-to-one, we start to identify what the triggers are, and it doesn't normally take a year, but obviously I'm on this journey on my own. Yes, I have the support of my counselling, but I'm, if you like, doing the learning myself. So it has been quite significant realising what my 5 key triggers are. So what are they? Being out of my routine, which I was because I took Friday off for the Chelsea Flower Show, and yesterday was a bank holiday here in the UK. So very definitely out of my routine. Chelsea Flower Show was Friday, would normally be a fast day for me, which it was in terms of what I ate. My mother-in-law wanted to do a dinner when we got back to hers, and I said to her beforehand, but it's a fast day, June, so it'll just be a 3-egg omelette. And I'm glad that I said that to her, because I know she wanted to cook, but at least it was something quick and easy, because we didn't get back until, what time did we get back? Gosh, I think it was about 9 o'clock, so it was late, so it was quick and easy. However, I did succumb. It was very hot at Chelsea Flower Show, not that that's an excuse, but I did have ice cream twice. Really nice. I'm not sure where they're based actually, but is it Purbeck ice cream? Anyway, clotted cream and berries, which I do eat. I do eat clotted cream and berries, just not as an ice cream. So I had that. That was lovely. We'd had that at the Hampton Court Palace Flower Show last year. Really, really nice. And then we got the bus from Chelsea to go back to Euston to get the train back to Watford, which is where my mother-in-law lives. And it was lovely to be on the bus. They're air-conditioned now. It's great. But it took us up to Oxford Street. And I used to live up round there. That was my old stomping ground. Selfridges was my my corner shop, as it were. Not that I had the income to support the lifestyle, which was a huge shame. But I used to live on just off Marylebone High Street. And again, when I was there, lots and lots of empty shops. It wasn't as trendy and as nice as it is now. But it has a patisserie Valerie. Now, you may remember from my video, was it last week or the week before, my husband and I had been to Birmingham and went to a patisserie Valerie in the basement of Selfridges and had 2 lots of cake. Well, this time we didn't have 2, we just had 1. Because my mother-in-law really, really likes patisserie Valerie. She loves chocolate. She loves cake. So I thought, you know what, we're in London, what the hell. It's a treat, it's a day out. She'll enjoy it. I think she enjoyed that more than Chelsea Flower Show, actually. So we got off the bus on Oxford Street and we walked up through St Christopher's Place and up Marylebone High Street. And I spent the time going, oh, never this nice when I lived here. And went into Patisserie Valerie, which was great because it didn't close till 7, so in the evening. So we did have a piece of cake. So I did have a piece of strawberry gâteau. Yeah, and then went home and had to my mother-in-law's and had an omelette. So I did have obviously sugar and carbs. Yeah, so very much out of my routine, and the temptation was obviously there, which I gave into. So that temptation is another one of my triggers, and I found it too easy to succumb because my mother-in-law, and my husband were having cake at Patisserie Valerie. Can't sit there with just a cup of tea. Well, I can, but I chose not to. It was a choice. So those two of my triggers. Third trigger is stress, and my stress levels are much, much lower than they ever were. I am worried about my mother-in-law for a couple of reasons, but I wouldn't say it was necessarily really, really stress. Fourth trigger, not being active, occupied, a bit of boredom. Didn't go to the gym on Friday or yesterday, but I was active in the garden, clearing lots of clutter, taking it to the tip. Did that when I did do that? Sunday, I think it was. So that was good, but I wasn't very active yesterday. Not that meant that I started eating, but I wasn't feeling great. Still not feeling 100%. Stomach's a bit funny. Don't know why. And then the fifth and final trigger is not enough good snack food in the house, and definitely had that over the weekend. So combining with the fact that I was out of my routine, and not being active or occupied, and not having good snack food, that probably contributed to the fact that you know, I didn't get a shift in my weight loss, but stayed the same. So I'm not going to argue about that. Okay, so those are my personal triggers, if you were. And then the 5 success factors, let's quickly go through them. So feedback and learning from this week. Really important to stock up on suitable snacks, especially before the weekend. And I now know as well that I have 4 weekends without any particular plans, gardening weekends. So it should, emphasis on should, which is a word that I ban with my clients, but nonetheless, I should be able to get back on track and really get that momentum going. Second success factor, the method. I'm going to fast for the rest of this week. Just have omelette and perhaps a lunchtime snack of some cocktail sausages. My husband's away this week working in London, so I can more easily do it. I would do it anyway, but yeah, not having to think about, well, what will he eat? Not that I always do his dinner anyway, we take it in turns, but you know what I mean. Much easier when you're on your own to kind of control and not be tempted. And I have also decided with the method that I actually need a goal and a reward for getting down to £190. That's kind of my next goal weight to be. So I've decided that maybe the clutter clearing event, which I'm planning at the moment, which is going to be on Saturday the 8th of July, so just over a month away, would be a good goal, realistic, gives me enough time to get the momentum going again in the shifting. And I think my reward will be a new dress for that event. I've seen one that I really like, by Karen Millen. So I may well do that as my reward. So in terms of the method, the way I'm eating and having a goal and a reward, I think will really help. Third success factor, doing the doing. Like I said, my husband's working in London this week. And the weather's not been great. Showery. Sun's coming out. Now I've mentioned it. Really miserable weather yesterday. So I think I'll go to the gym today. I don't normally go on a Tuesday, but I think I will go today. Maybe I'll do swimming. I haven't done swimming for a while. And I'll go tomorrow and probably Thursday as well. I can't on Friday. Can I on Friday? I can on Friday actually. So maybe I'll just do that. A bit more exercise of doing the doing. Fourth success factor, which is the time. I'm going to keep doing the doing, keep learning. I know I'm testing the boundaries at the moment, I know that the tough times or the tough weeks will pass. They do, and like I said, I've had quite a run actually of weekends which have been out of my routine or temptations been there. So just got to be patient. Just got to be patient. And then the final success factor, which is the support. There's no counselling this week because it's half term, and there's no TRE group this week because it's half term. But I will do a session of TRE on my own at home. Again, made easier because my husband's not around, so there won't be as many tools in the lounge and the dining room. So that will be good. The cats are bored with me lying on the floor now, tremoring, so they'll leave me alone, which is good. So I'll do that. It was interesting actually last week with the counselling because I'd filled in a questionnaire that Marisa had given me about just to see how I'm doing with my self-esteem. Is it self-esteem? Self-confidence? I can't remember which it is. And it was really interesting because as I was answering the questions, it's kind of you answer them on a scale of, agree a lot, totally disagree. I was very aware that if I'd been answering these questions a year ago, my answers would have been very different. So again, another useful reminder and feedback that an awful lot has changed in the last year. Thanks to the counselling, thanks to the TRE, thanks to the weight loss. And I can't necessarily ascribe the changes to one of those three things. I think it's very much the holistic thing in that it's a combination of things. And actually it doesn't matter which of those three things has made the biggest difference, because they've all made a huge difference to me. And being in a very different place, having a very different self-confidence. I appreciate most people don't realise that I might have had relatively low self-confidence, but the answers to the questions in this questionnaire would have been very, very different a year ago. In fact, would have been very, very different 2 years ago before I even started my journey. So always good to check in. Let me know how you've got on. I love to know, and other people who watch this also love to see how people are getting on. Have a good week. My goal for this week is the same as it was last week. I think I said £2, didn't I, last week? Let's go for £2 this week. Just have a good week, and hopefully, fingers crossed, the weather will stay good. All right, I shall love you and leave you. See you same time, same place next week. Take care. Bye-bye.